Well, howdy, y'all. My name is Elijah, and welcome to the 9th episode of The Final Mix. Obviously, we got some different things going on this episode. We're not in our normal setup, and I do not have Christian here with me. But I am staying at the Vinoy in St. Pete, and I'm actually doing a show, conference type thing. We're setting up a lot of breakout rooms, and they're like 12-hour days, so this whole week has just been messed up. We were supposed to meet with Toonie from Grimes and kind of get a little bit of fashion sense, and that was going to be our podcast episode this week. We also got a few other podcasts lined up. We got to just sit down and film them. So we didn't get a chance to do that this week, unfortunately. But Kenny and I, KST, we went to TK Lounge on September 7th. And we saw AVELLO, and we saw several awesome support artists before him. And we got a chance to talk to most of them, especially AVELLO, right? So we did a few interviews. We've been posting some content. We just posted the Papa J one 2 days ago. And we were thinking what we could do for a podcast episode this week. And I think what we're going to do, and what I'm doing right now, is we're going to compile the 3 interviews that we did from the 7th. And you're going to get a chance to see what it's like from a bigger artist perspective, someone who's got a bigger following. AVELLO's been killing it on the social scene and in the dance scene, actually throwing shows, so he does both. And he's about that shit. He walks the walk, talks the talk, and he's a very humble guy. We were blessed to be able to have an interview with him. Kenny freaking killed it on the interview as the interviewer. So without further ado, please enjoy the 3 uncut interviews from COVAH, Papa J, last but not least, AVELLO.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another great interview with Stringkeeper Entertainment. My name is KST, aka Kenny Say Trill, and we are here with a very, very, very special guest, AVELLO.
Gonna make me blush, man. How's it going?
I'm doing great, but more importantly, how are you doing?
Doing awesome. We just got to Tampa today, about to play my first headline show over here in the city, and I'm pumped. I'm excited.
Hell yeah. So just before we get into like you as an artist, you as a DJ, you as one of the best up-and-coming DJs coming out of Florida, tell me a little bit about yourself as a person.
Thanks, man. Myself as a person, I grew up here in Florida over at Cocoa Beach, Melbourne area. I then went to FSU, and after that moved back to Orlando. So I'm based in Orlando right now. Been there for the last couple years, and I just think it's a great spot for EDM. Insomniac has huge roots down there, tons of festivals, Vanguard, some great venues over there. I'm really excited to be in Orlando.
Hell yeah. And as far as Orlando, is there any hot spots, any DJs that you would want to give like a little shout out to that helped you get to this level right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Just off the top of my head, I mean, there's a million people over there that I love and support, but my boy David, he goes by Hypernaut, and my good buddy Tink, or my good buddy Ethan, he goes by Tink. I can't stop calling him Tink even when I see him.
Once it sticks, it sticks.
Yeah, some of my good buddies over there in Orlando, and they're definitely worth checking out, and they're coming up hard.
Sweet. So something that I've been following, I'm into a lot of the memes and stuff that's been going on, especially on Instagram, TikTok. As I was watching it years ago, I always thought, this is all about just real life stuff, real life this. As a raver, I never saw anything EDM related until AVELLO. AVELLO was for sure, let me go ahead and say this right now, he was one of the first people ever to start creating the funniest memes about the raving community. I would love for you to talk about that.
Thanks, man. That was all just super random and spur of the moment. My manager, Peter, who had just walked in, he just told me, dude, go make some TikToks. And I was just throwing things at the wall to see what sticks. I made a couple of the POV or next to this guy in the crowd videos, and those did okay on TikTok. About a year later, I started posting more on Reels, and I was just recycling old TikToks. And I was asking him, I was like, dude, should I post some of these POVs on Reels? I feel like they might be a little too cringe. They didn't go crazy on TikTok. He said, bro, who cares? Just throw them up there. So I threw them up there. And once I started posting those, they went crazy. I think for the first few months, I was just recycling old ones. And they were hitting like several 100K every post. And that's what really helped me start to break through the noise a little bit, was those videos. But I just think it's funny. You never really know what's going to do well. And it might be something you made a year ago that just hasn't yet found the right audience.
100%. And, I'm big on optimizing on opportunities. How would you say you optimize on that opportunity? And, you got a lot of viewership. You got a lot of people looking at you, looking at your page, talking about you, commenting. How did you use all of that to benefit you as an artist?
Just connecting with people. I think somebody might not know my music, but they see my name and they think, oh, I saw him post a funny video one time. Maybe I'll go check out his set at this festival or that show. And then they hear the music and they might like it, and boom, they just turned into like a casual TikTok or Reel viewer. And now there's someone who supports me and comes out and listens to the music.
That's amazing. By far, again, kudos to this man for
Thank
creating
you.
a wave.
Thanks.
Creating a wave. As a DJ, you can be a little prideful. You can have a little bit of ego. It tends to happen. You look at TikTokers, you look at this, you look at that, you're like, I could never do that. What decision, what conversation did you have to have with yourself to put your pride aside and go, you know what, this isn't even, like, I don't know if it was you or not. Like, was it a big change, a big leap of faith for you to even create funny content? That, like, you didn't know if they were going to laugh at this. You didn't know if he was actually funny. Like, what's your perspective on that?
My perspective, and this stretches to a lot of things, but we're all going to die one day.
Yeah.
And somebody's going to watch that video for 2 seconds. They're going to think it's funny, and they're going to connect with you. Or they're not going to think it's funny. They're going to keep scrolling and forget they ever saw it.
Yeah.
But I saw another post that said, if lottery tickets were free, would you pick one up at the gas station every single day? Videos.
I would. Every single day, 7 a.m. I would, like clockwork.
These videos and where content is right now, it's like free lottery tickets. Every video you post could change your life. And it might take 100, it might take 500, but one of them could change your life, and sometimes that's all it really takes. 100%. So when I thought about that and stopped caring about, man, is somebody going to think this isn't too funny or too cringe? Who cares what they think? And now I don't think too hard when I make these posts. If it does well, awesome. If it doesn't, it's just one of the 100 videos I got to get through to get to that next one that's going to do well.
100%. Well, kind of stretch that topic out a little bit. That's just a personal favorite thing of mine for AVELLO. But going forward, let's talk about you as an artist. Your music, your DJ style, your mixing style. Give a baby, a raver baby, give them a mini experience of what it's like to being at an AVELLO set.
Okay, that's a good question. So I like to play a lot of older sing-along songs, like 2010s radio hits. Like I always play at least a couple Rihanna songs. My manager Peter would tell you I play a ton of throwbacks. As far as my mixing style, I actually learned a lot from my buddy Drew sitting right here. He's going to open the show tonight. He's one of the best DJs I know and taught me a lot that I know about mixing.
Wow.
I remember when I first started getting a lot of shows that were booking me for my own music, I was going over to his place. We went to college together at FSU in Tallahassee and practicing the set on his board and being like, all right, did this sound good? Did that sound bad?
Yeah.
Because I really come more like from a producer focus.
Okay.
I don't consider myself a DJ first. I consider myself a DJ second, a producer first. DJing is just kind of how I perform.
Okay.
So he helped me a lot, and taking all that together, the AVELLO set, I just want people to go out there and have fun and hear some music that they wouldn't hear at another DJ's set.
Heard. That was pretty good. All right, thank you for that. Besides the DJing, your music. What was the connection to you doing, bass music, melodic bass? Like what was the realization where, oh, this is who I am. This is what I'm going to be. This was destined for me. Like what, was there an experience? Was there an artist that you heard? Is there a live set that you saw?
Yeah, so throughout high school, I started getting more and more into electronic music, but not crazy into it. Like I didn't really know what EDC was. I wasn't listening to dubstep. I was listening to Flume, Odessa. But then senior year of high school, I remember sitting down in class with my head on the desk, and I had my AirPods in, and my buddy Skylar sent me Illenium's 2017 Awake album. And he said I would like it. So I threw it on, and I was sitting there. First track, when the drop hit, I just sat straight up in my seat. And I listened to the whole album straight through, and that just changed everything. From that point on, I had to know how this happened. The magic that went into capturing those emotions and making those sounds. And I got the free trial of Ableton a few months later. And then a few months after that, pulled the trigger and, paid the money to get the full trial and Serum and all the necessary software. But absolutely, Illenium would not be doing it without that album.
Awesome. Shout out to Illenium. All right. And just to get ready to wrap it up, let's talk about a lot of the future stuff that you have planned. Let's talk about some future releases. Let's talk about some of your recent releases. Let's plug it in. Let these people know what you got going on.
So the biggest thing that I want to shout out is I'm playing Louisville next month. It's another headline show. Super excited about it. Got a bunch of my friends on the support lineup, just like we do tonight. I got my buddy Wave, and then Vodenick and Sport Mode. They're going to be holding it down for me. And that's October 18th at Galaxy Bar.
Be
Super
there.
pumped. Would love to see some familiar faces out there. And other than that, got a release next Friday. Got an official remix coming out for Lizzie Jane.
Woo!
Early next month, which I'm going to play tonight. I'm very excited about that
Awesome.
one.
That's a good one. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
That's Florida right there.
Yeah.
That's Florida
Yeah.
right there. Doesn't get any
Absolutely.
better than that.
Yeah.
Well, Avello, it was an absolute pleasure. It was an absolute pleasure. Just see how much time we got. Let the aspiring DJs know what they could do to even be remotely close to what you're doing right now. Let's give a little bit of advice to everybody at home right now before we send it off.
The biggest piece of advice that I have to aspiring artists is get out of your own way. You're your own worst enemy. Sitting on those songs, convincing yourself they're not good enough, even when your friends say they are, or maybe they don't, but just put them out because it's not doing anything for you sitting on your laptop, and it might hit, or in 5 years it didn't go anywhere, and nobody remembers it anyway. So get out of your own way. Don't be your own worst enemy, and just put out content and music and be yourself, be authentic. Don't follow the trends. Don't look at an artist and think, this is a path they took, that needs to be my path, or this is their branding or their personality or their sound. I need to copy those things if I want to be successful. I just don't think you can be successful in this industry by following someone else's path. They've carved that for themselves. That's why they're there. You need to do something else, something different that's going to put you in your own lane. And every day, that's my goal. I don't think I'm there yet, but that's what I wake up, and how can I put myself and stay in my own lane, do my own thing, and get to the top.
I want to run through a wall right now. I want to run through a wall. Avello, thank you so very much. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be thanking you. You gave so much advice. We got to know you as a person, as a DJ, you as an artist. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Stringkeeper Entertainment. We'll see you next time. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? My name is KST, aka Kenny State Trill, and we are here with Stringkeeper Entertainment. My boy, please introduce yourself. We have Papa J in the house. Papa motherfucking J. Can you do that one more time? Listen, this man has skills on the DJ decks. He has skills when it comes to edits. That was also another one of his skills. You witnessed it first. Going forward with this interview, let's talk a little bit about yourself. Tell me a little bit from your hometown. Tell me a little bit from your family, your friends. Like what made you the person that you are right now, aside from DJing and an artist?
So, my name is Justin. I'm from Tampa, Florida. So I'm a native here. I currently live in Denver, Colorado. I love music. I went to my first music festival when I was 15 years old, and after that, like, I just fell in love with, the community, the culture, the music itself, and it's really got me to where I am today.
Hell yeah. I'm very happy to hear that about you. I saw a post. Excision played one of your edits?
Dude. Yeah, he played one of my remixes. I was actually supposed to go to that show, but I was a little cash for fun, so I couldn't make it.
Yeah,
and one of my friends was at the show. He FaceTimed me. He always FaceTimes me during shows, and I'm listening. I'm like, all right, this is fire. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is my shit. And
awesome,
I literally started bawling my eyes out.
Yeah, as you should.
It was, literally one of my goals since I started making music, since I started DJing.
So on that note, what an amazing accomplishment. Let's shout out that friend. Because we all have that friend that FaceTime us during a festival that we're not there. They're the best type of people.
Hey, yo, shout out my boy Luke Rojo.
Shout out Luke. Shout out
my boy Luke. Yep.
Alrighty.
He goes by Rojo. He's the DJ, too.
Okay, so when it comes to, getting that opportunity, I also saw that you played a really amazing set at Breakaway Music Festival this year.
Yeah.
I was actually there. And
no way.
I was trying to get in, and I couldn't even get in because the line was so long.
Wait, actually?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes, 100%. And from the videos that I saw, you were killing it, man. You were killing it. Let's talk about that experience really quick.
It was my first time. It was my Tampa debut. I'm from Tampa. I had all of my fans, all my supporters here. I just, played a set, and I put all my heart into it, and all of you guys. You guys put your heart into giving me the energy back, and it was an amazing experience.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, going from playing Breakaway, going from Excision playing one of your remixes, you know, you moving to Denver, Colorado, how's that transition been for you as an artist, as a DJ, as a person?
So when I moved to Denver, I didn't have anything. You know what I mean? I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't think my music was anywhere. I was just, some kid just chasing a dream, and I just chased that dream. I worked hard, and I wanted my music to speak for itself, and now I'm here. Like, Excision didn't play my song or play my music before, I moved to Colorado. I had gigs when I was living in Florida, opening for DJs, playing direct support, things like that, and I was like, well, you know what? This isn't going to do anything for me. Like, I want to make music, you know what I mean? So I started making music, and I want this to really resonate and speak for itself, and that's what it started doing. And it's really fucking sick because I worked fucking hard just making music and expressing myself and being myself, and the music is speaking for itself right now, and that's why I'm able to be here right now with you and
100%,
be here at all these gigs. And listen, I appreciate all of you guys for supporting my project, supporting me, and this is just the beginning.
Damn right, you heard it here first from Papa J. This is just the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about this new beginning. What's something that we can look forward to for Papa J as a fan?
As a fan, so my next show is gonna be at your mom's house.
Ooh, and you think that's a joke?
No, it's not a joke. It's actually at your mom's house in Denver, Colorado.
It's literally a venue.
October 18th with my boy Noetica, my boy Kyle. Love you, Kyle. It's going to be on October 18th. We're going to be throwing the fuck down, and it's going to be a great time.
Okay, awesome. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That is an accomplishment.
I've been waiting to tell you.
Yeah.
It's at your mom's house.
Yeah.
Isn't that a crazy venue name?
It's a great joke. It's a great joke. It'll
great
hit
joke,
every
yeah.
time. Just like a fart. It'll hit every time.
Yeah, I hope it didn't hit anyone sensitively. You know what I mean? Like, I love you. I love you if not.
They're out there.
I love you if not. Like, seriously.
So when it comes to Denver, Colorado, when it comes to Tampa being based out here, who are some people you could shout out? Who are some venues that you can shout out that even helped you get on the map, help you get to this place that you're at right now?
I mean, shout out TK Lounge. TK Lounge puts on for the fucking underground. TK Lounge is the fucking GOAT. Shout out all the local DJs out here. There's, so many great local DJs out here. You don't even know about. Like, there's fucking Zingar lives out here, Evolution, some more underground people like Drop Hop, Melee, Wilco Beats, all those people. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And I like to include that just because, we all started from somewhere.
Yeah.
And we all didn't do this alone.
Uh-huh.
Going forward, let's see. As far as your TK set, you're playing support for AVELLO. That's a pretty big deal. You're playing at TK. And let's see. How much longer?
What time is it?
Oh, you got time. Okay.
Okay, I got 15 minutes. I got 15 minutes to my set.
We got like 4 or 5 minutes left in this podcast. You're
No,
fine,
you're good.
fine.
I was like, what time is it?
But again, for like a baby raver, explain to us what it's like being at a Papa J set.
Being at a Papa J set, you're just getting turned. Like, at the end of the day, you're just having fun. You're dancing. You're in the moment. Like, you're escaping all that everyday bullshit. Like, you're sitting here. Like, the goal of everything is to, feel emotion, captivate emotion, and just dance and have a good time. And, that's the whole goal of the Papa J project, just to, express yourself and have a good time.
Awesome. And as far as any artists that are trying to do what you're doing, hoping for the opportunity for Excision to play their remix, what advice can you give to some DJs that are out there watching this right now?
Listen, my advice to you guys, cook, keep cooking, don't stop cooking. Music is everything. Like, it's not about the fame. It's not about the money. It's not about any of that bullshit. It's about music. So just keep cooking, keep doing your thing, keep being yourself and expressing yourself.
Hell yeah. That's a little bit of advice that I'll take for myself as well. I really do appreciate it. And I bet you everybody else does too. Is there any last plugins that you want to put in there? Maybe any releases coming out? Anything that you've been cooking up?
Like I said, just be yourself, respect other people, have a good time, and we'll be talking.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm definitely looking forward for your set tonight. You literally got
Appreciate
like
that,
15 minutes before you go, so we'll go ahead and cut this now. But Papa J, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yo, thank you. Give me a hug.
Of
Love you, dude. We'll be talking.
Shrinker Entertainment. We'll see you guys next time. Alrighty, check. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Shrinkeeper Entertainment interview. My name is KST, aka Kenny State Trill, and we are here with the one and only COVAH. How are you doing, COVAH?
Fantastic, bro. I just had a set, killed it. Did a bunch of new stuff.
Not just any set, an amazing set, an amazing DJ.
Thank you.
So when it comes to this interview, I would like to really start off with, let's talk about you as a person. You know, COVAH, you've set a name for yourself, but who are you as a person?
So born and raised in Tampa, Florida. I grew up here for my entire life. I moved to New York at a certain point. My sister was born and moved back here. Went to Florida State University. That's where I kind of picked up DJing going into my freshman year. And moved back to Tampa after graduation, and now here we are.
Hell yeah. And speaking on graduation, FSU, correct?
Yes.
All right. I'm not going to sit here and say go Noles because I'm a Miami Hurricanes fan and I'm just, you know, jealous of all your accomplishments as a college football team.
This year you guys are doing better. I'm not going to lie.
But speaking on that, FSU, tell me about that experience. Tell me about how that started you as a DJ, as an artist.
Yeah,
tell me a little bit.
Absolutely. So I attended my first festival when I was 18, or still in high school.
Okay.
Fell in love with, like, as Adam said earlier, he fell in love with Millennium. That was my go-to. That was my scapegoat, kind of, to get into the industry. I fell in love with that type of music, how much emotion it conveyed, and basically everything around it, like how it made you feel at the end of the day. I mean, everyone feels through music. It doesn't mean, to a certain extent, there's no language to music. You just feel music.
Yeah, 100%.
And got into that, and then I was literally, there's a meme for Millennium going around that he bought Ableton the next day after some sort of show. I'm not going to name the show because, but he bought Ableton the next day, and then that's kind of how I was. I fell in love with it, went full force into it, and then I kind of took off at FSU. I had some great mentors that kind of taught me the ropes, taught me how to make music. Adam was one of the people that taught me how to produce. So, I mean, kudos to him. He's freaking phenomenal. He's taking off right now. Like, he's the man. But I mean, that's kind of my background and kind of where we stand.
So speaking on that, Adam, AVELLO, he actually gave you a pretty big shout out when it comes to even him as a DJ. He said you had to do a lot of that. Can you explain that experience? Can you explain that relationship that you have with Adam as far as being a mentor as a DJ for him?
Yeah, I'll start from the beginning. I mean, I hit Adam up. I heard one of his tracks. It was the Driver's License remix that he made like 3 or 4 years ago now. And I fell in love with that type of music, and he was making it. So I was like, how do I, I want to make a song with this guy. I have no prior knowledge of Adam. We were total strangers and connected over music. And we were working, funny story, we were working on our first remix in Millennium, I think it was called First Time, in a Greenwise Publix, just going ham at music all day long after classes. I mean, we live for it, and he definitely lives for it. I mean, that dude is one of the hardest working kids I've ever met in my life. And I mean, he's taught me so much about music and about the passion, about the drive that kind of propelled me to take up music full time.
Do y'all hear that, ladies and gentlemen? How humble is this guy? This is his interview, and he's talking about Adam AVELLO. Like, take notes, everybody. Stay humble. Stay humble. Stay humble. That's what it's all about. So, as far as you as a DJ, as an artist, I just saw an amazing set. Going forward, what's something as a fan we can look forward to for COVAH?
A lot of new music. I tested out a few new tracks tonight. I'm pretty stoked about releasing in the near future.
Great tracks, by the way. Great fucking tracks. Go on.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying out a bunch of different genres. I'm not kind of sticking to one genre. I was in love with future bass at first. I still make future bass, but drum and bass is taking off and house is taking off, and finding different avenues within that genre is cool, and experimenting within those parameters that I'm not familiar with it's just a learning curve, and I love learning. I'm a person of knowledge. I love learning different
anything.
Just different takes on any different topic. So I mean, knowledge is key, and keep growing through that.
100%. So I can kind of relate to that too, as far as, you know, being versatile as a DJ, as an artist. What can you tell some aspiring DJs, some aspiring artists, what they can do to further develop themselves as an artist?
So nowadays, it's not just about having good music, it's about branding. Branding is like the key element in growing your, in a sense, your brand. So without posting on TikTok, on Instagram, and all these other stuff, that's stuff I kind of don't do well right now. I'm not a person for the cameras or any of that stuff, but at the same time, I mean, you got to get used to it. You gotta know that's as Adam said earlier, it's a lottery ticket. I mean, it only takes one video for you to your career to like skyrocket. If you have that music to back it up, I mean, it will happen. So I mean, working hard and not giving up is probably my best advice.
100%. So as far as your music production, you know, you're telling me you're getting into drum and bass, you're getting into future bass. What's the program that you're using? What are some VSTs that you're using? Tell me a little bit of back knowledge on that you learned from Adam, from yourself throughout the experience. Let me know.
Yeah, so I started with Ableton. I got very familiar with it, and it was easier to use than like FL Studios or Fruity Loops or whatever you want to call it. And kind of honed in on Ableton. I was making beats at first, which were terrible. And like anyone, I mean, when you pick up something, you're going to be bad at it.
That's where I'm at right now. I'm making terrible beats, but soon we'll get to his level. We'll get to Adam's level. We'll be there.
This guy's modest. But yeah, I mean, I use Ableton. I mean, I'm kind of simple when it comes to plugins. I use Serum, Silent, and a couple of different EQ plugins. But other than that, I mean, everything's a stock Ableton's. Ableton's plugins are second to none. They're amazing.
100%. I'm coming to learn that now. Appreciate the advice.
Absolutely. I mean, if you watch the Subtronic stream, you're going to learn more about how to use Ableton stuff. And, like, I have a funny story. So, like, I had one video I watched of his. I got so down on myself, I literally shut my computer after 5 minutes of watching it.
Wow.
Picked it up the next day, recreated the stuff that he was creating on there. That's how you learn. Don't feel discouraged. You gotta lift yourself up. You're not gonna know everything at the start, so you gotta just learn it and adapt and kind of change with the flow, in a sense.
100%. So going further with this interview, Elijah, how much time do we have? 4 more minutes? 3 more minutes? Okay, no problem at all. Let's keep it going. COVAH. A big transition for DJs that come from a college scene. It's hard, you know, getting into a bigger town, a bigger city, to recreate that same takeover that you possibly did, you know, in FSU. Can you explain to me how that transition's been for you as a DJ, as an artist, as a human being? Because it's a lot. Coming from running clubs, hundreds of people, and now you're in a big city and there's people doing just as good as you. Tell me a little bit about that transition.
I mean, as fun as it was to play college clubs, it kind of like, you have to kind of rebrand off of that once college ends, and that's the hard part. Getting away from the open format stuff and getting into the genre that you produce and you make and you like to kind of play shows off of, and that's difficult because I mean you were spinning every genre in college to appease a crowd for like an all you can drink or whatever it is, and getting yourself in the mindset of I want to stick to this one, I want to produce this one, or even a multiple, like kind of how I said earlier with the drum and bass going to future bass and then all the other stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have to stick with one, but develop your sound, and your sound's going to be what carries you. That's what kind of draws the fans in and like helps with like building you up in a sense.
100%. So with that being said, applying all this advice you're given, applying all these skills that you have, how was playing as support for Flux Pavilion at the Vanguard?
That was ridiculous. So the first time Flux was sick, so we got to actually headline that, which was actually pretty sick.
Wow. So hold on.
It was
Fist bump. All right.
It was me, So Smooth, and then Adam.
Wow.
AVELLO.
And so, shout out So Smooth.
Oh,
shout out So Smooth.
I love you, Gabe, bro. If you're watching this, I love you, bro. But yeah, that was awesome. We all did our individual sets, and then it was supposed to be me to close. And I said, I don't want to do that. I want to have everybody come out and
humble. Go on.
Adam, Gabe, me, we all just went ham. Pro Taxi was there, if you know him from Orlando.
I played not direct support, but as one of the supporting artists for a Pro Taxi show out in Gainesville.
Hell
So
yeah, bro, he's
that's a
dope.
homie.
He makes some really cool music.
He makes great music. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But
bro.
we were all there having a good time, and we all played like kind of our flux set for
okay.
the most part. And then that B to 3 at the end of the night was very, very heavy, and I like that because it just set up the whole night to just go crazy, and it was nuts. And then when Flux came back into town, that show was surreal. I mean, he's an animal at what he
So
does.
did they bring you back out for whenever he came back in?
Yeah, so it was the same lineup for the second
Oh,
show.
really? Oh.
Yep.
Even better for you, huh?
It was awesome playing that venue twice. I mean, the Vanguard's second to none in Florida, especially for bass venues. I mean, it's ridiculous. Plus, I had my family in the house, so that was awesome as well.
I met your mom today.
Yes.
Awesome. She's a supporter for sure.
I love her so much.
Dude, she's awesome. How much time do we have? One more minute? All right, so I want to talk about this a little bit. Being a DJ is about being there for the culture. You know, for you to play a set for Flux Pavilion, or in replacement for Flux Pavilion, and still incorporating his sound, his music, like, explain to me a little bit about your opinion and your vision at what makes a good DJ a good DJ.
The crowd has everything to do with it. I mean, if the crowd's not moving to everything you play, it doesn't have to be everything you play. You can sneak in a track every once in a while, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, you're playing for the crowd. The crowd's there for you and to have a good time. So, I mean, my biggest thing is making sure the crowd has a good time. As long as they're having a good time, I'm doing my job right.
100%. You're hearing that from a great DJ. Let me tell you first, a great DJ. COVAH, thank you so much for this
Thank you so
opportunity.
much.
I absolutely love this interview. I look forward to keeping in contact with you and building an even better relationship.
I appreciate you having me.
Of course,
awesome.
bro.
Thank you
so much. This was Stringkeeper Entertainment's interviews. We'll catch you next time. Bro, amazing.